Good evening and welcome to the Channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Brazil has woken up to its first day without footballing legend Pele, who has died at the age of 82.
Pele, the 17-year-old wonder. Pele always wanting the ball, always calling for it. Game with that centre from Santos, and here comes Pele!
He was known as the King, winning a record 3 World Cups and was widely considered the greatest footballer of all time. Overnight, Pele's face shone on buildings across the South American nation, and landmarks were lit up in his memory. Fans started gathering outside Sao Paulo's Albert Einstein Hospital when they heard the news of Pele's death. Brazil's government has declared 3 days of national mourning. Pele had been undergoing treatment for colon cancer since 2021. Knowing his condition was worsening, Brazilians had spent weeks reflecting on his life and legacy. The hospital issued a statement confirming his death from multiple organ failure connected to his cancer. Adored around the world, other countries have been paying their respects too. Here, London's Wembley Stadium arch lit up in yellow and green lights. Even NASA paid tribute to the soccer legend.
Pele was actually bigger than football itself. He was like a world leader. As a child, he gave you hope.
Yeah, it's quite sad that he's gone. You know, we're all going to miss him, and it's sad for sport, and he played a big role in sport. And I know that he never played outside his country. I think he didn't want to go to Europe, and he actually showed us that you don't really have to go. If you play your local soccer, you can become great.
Controversial online influencer Andrew Tate has been detained in Romania as part of a human trafficking and rape investigation. Mr. Tate, who was detained alongside his brother Tristan, had his house raided in the capital Bucharest and was later bundled into a police van. The former kickboxer rose to fame in 2016 when he was removed from the British TV show Big Brother over a video which appeared to show him attacking a woman. He went on to gain notoriety online, with Twitter banning him. Despite social media bans, he gained popularity, particularly among young men, by promoting an ultra-masculine, ultra-luxurious lifestyle, appearing in videos with his fleet of expensive sports cars, private jets, and on expensive holidays. A Myanmar military court has sentenced Aung San Suu Kyi to a further 7 years in prison, taking her overall jail time to 33 years. The country's former democratically elected leader has been under house arrest since the military ousted her government in a coup in February 2021. Since then, she's faced 18 months of trials on 19 charges, which rights groups say are a sham. The UN Secretary Council called for her release last week. On Friday, she was sentenced on the final 5 charges she faced. The court found her guilty of corruption because she had not followed regulations in renting a helicopter for a government minister. Tributes to Dame Vivienne Westwood have poured in following the death of the British fashion icon. She died peacefully and surrounded by her family in London, that's according to her fashion house. The 81-year-old made her name with her controversial punk and new wave styles in the 1970s and went on to dress some of the biggest stars in fashion.
I first saw her when she was sitting in the King's Road, which was the epicentre of the fashion in the 1970s and 80s. And she sat there looking so charming, and then you saw the crazy things she was doing, and it was very British in that way. That in one side, it looked as though she wanted to dress like the Queen of England, and on the other side, she wanted to have her wild side.
And North Koreans have taken part in a dance celebration in the capital Pyongyang to mark the 11th anniversary of Kim Jong-un assuming leadership over the country's military. Footage provided by the North's official news agency, KCNA, which cannot be independently verified, shows hundreds of men and women in suits and traditional dresses, as well as winter jumpers, braving the cold weather and dancing in front of Pyongyang Stadium. KCNA said that similar dance celebrations were held at several locations to celebrate the anniversary. Kim was officially appointed as the Supreme Commander of North Korea's military at a meeting of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the ruling Workers' Party on December the 30th, 2011. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel studios in Lagos.